This is the AM News on the Joy News channel, on your digital terrestrial channel, on DSTV channel 421, GoTV 125, around the world on myjoyonline.com. Details now. In a bid to address growing concerns over security in forest areas, tensions have risen between the government and University Teachers Association of Ghana, that is UTAG. The Defense Minister has stepped forward to defend the government's efforts, arguing that progress is being made in tackling challenges in these regions. His statement comes in the wake of UTAG issuing a stern 3-month ultimatum to the government, demanding tougher measures to address the situation in forest areas besieged by various issues. UTAG insists the commitments made in the National Pledge against illegal mining must be honored in full, and Professor Amadou Akudugu is the national president of UTAG.
The time has come for us to really take this issue of Galamsey seriously. And it appears that we just talk and then we go back to bed, sleep, and then the business continues as usual for those illegal miners.
Right.
So we strongly, after reviewing what the government has done over the past 6 months, we strongly believe that we needed to remind His Excellency the President of the commitment he made prior to becoming the President of the Republic.
That's the president of UTAG there. But Dr. Manibuama maintains significant progress has been made, citing military-led recoveries of forest reserves, Navy-backed river operations, and the launch of a 24-hour waterway surveillance initiative under the Blue Water Guard program. He was speaking at a government accountability series.
The Navy's riverine operations along the Volta River, like Operation Oasis in Bui, also assisted in reducing the effects of illegal mining on the Black Volta. To strengthen security along Ghana's inland waters and riverine areas, government launched the Blue Water Guard training program in 2025, this year. The Blue Water Guard initiative aims to establish 24-hour monitoring of Ghana's water bodies. It is a strategic intervention to tackle illegal mining activities, protect the environment, and restore Ghana's polluted water resources. The first batch of 453 personnel were trained by the Ghana Navy at the forward operating base at Ezinlimbo.
In other stories, hundreds of basic school pupils in Techiman are now mastering math with lightning speed through the Smart Maths Abacus program. At the 3rd Regional Abacus Championship in Bamiri, organizers called for government support to expand the initiative, calling it vital for children's mental development, as education officials backed the appeal with the call for increased enrollment next year. Anas Sabit has the story.
In the heart of the Techiman metropolis and the wider Bono East region, a remarkable initiative is shaping the mental arithmetic skills of young learners. The Smart Maths Abacus program, now in its 3rd edition, is making waves in selected schools, promising to enhance the cognitive abilities of students through the ancient yet powerful tool, the Abacus. Today's competition isn't just a test, it is a celebration of mental agility. Program's coordinator, Boadu Haruna, says the Smart Maths Abacus program is turbocharging mental math skills across Techiman schools.
You know, doing this program, you bring children from different schools around to come and meet to compete. So it builds their confidence level whenever they meet their colleagues in different schools. And therefore, in mathematics per se, since you use mathematical numbers, the numerals for the mathematics, when a child is able to solve this 1 + 2 - 1 and give answer, when he sees these same numbers in mathematics, he's able to gather confidence and do it and do away with math phobia.
The enthusiasm is infectious. Even regional education leaders are taking note. Stephen Edu is the representative of the Education Directorate. He calls this a game changer.
Yes, it's quite interesting. The program is interesting, and I was happy seeing my younger ones actively involved in these mathematical activities. Most teachers themselves even fear mathematics, and so while these children are happily working, I was also motivated, and it will also serve as a basis or foundation for the study of STEM, that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education.
For educators like Stella Todare, whose school joined the competition this year, the impact is undeniable. She is already planning to double participation next year.
As I came here, I witnessed a lot of things, what the children are doing, and I'm highly impressed. I've seen the children doing very well, and I know next year we'll be here in our number as we have witnessed what is going on here.
Some of these participating pupils share with Joy News how the Smart Maths Abacus has improved their speed and accuracy in solving mathematics questions.
The Smart Maths has improved my life so much in a way that during my maths calculations, because of the Smart Maths, I can calculate fast and better, and it has improved my speed and my accuracy in calculating.
Hannah Sabit, Joy News. Techiman.
From Techiman, let me take you to the Central Region, where Representative for Non-Communicable Diseases Control at the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Pakwesi Moses Reko, has proposed that Ghana explore the possibility of producing its own vaccines as a sustainable measure against virus-related diseases. His call comes amid ongoing mpox cases and a resurgence of COVID-19 in the country. Speaking at the National HPV, Dr. Reko emphasized that local vaccine production would strengthen the country's long-term response to such health threats. Abigail Salim Kruma has more in the story.
The National HPV Forum of the Federation of Ghana Medical Students Association, FGMSA, was on a theme, Together We Can, Ending Cervical Cancer and Other HPV-related Diseases, One Step at a Time. Hilton Teridan Sokese, the National Health Officer for FGMSA, shares an overview of the forum.
Cervical cancer is the second most common cancer that affects women, and it's preventable and treatable. So if HPV is addressed, we're able to address HPV, there is a way of eliminating cervical cancer. There is a target that we are supposed to reach as a country. By the year 2030, we are expected to vaccinate females that are aged from 9 to 14 years, 90% of them. But as it stands now, we don't have a publicly funded vaccine. And for that matter, we are here to continue with the advocacy. Lo and behold, Ghana has received the first consignment of vaccine for HPV. And we are hoping that by September, when we are climaxing this entire project, we'll be able to ensure that the rollout of the vaccine, it's become a reality.
The Central Regional Representative for Non-Communicable Diseases Control at the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Pakwesi Moses Reko, is suggesting that Ghana considers producing its own vaccine as part of a long-term sustainability plan.
The sustainability of it, yes. So maybe in the long term, okay, one thing I can say is that maybe we have the vaccine, National Vaccine Institute. So we should be thinking of producing our own vaccine so that when we don't get the external vaccines coming in, we have our own.
The country ambassador for the International Papillomavirus Society Ghana chapter is Professor Dorcas Obrieboa. She added her voice to the call for men to join the campaign against cervical cancer.
In terms of the transmission of the virus, men are involved. And if you take that aside, you will realize that the WHO indicates that 1 in 3 men are infected with HPV infection. 1 in 3 men. So this is something that the men are also involved.
The combat against HPV-related diseases is intensifying, and the president of FGMSA, Otis Mbayuru Ngoga, is sharing the Federation's advocacy plans.
As part of our advocacy, what we are doing is to do a lot of media engagements, to do a lot of school engagements. Our target group for now is women and then the general population as large. And we are calling all the media houses to come on board. And even the influencers as well, the social media influencers, realize that that is a new way to reach out to the populace. And we're also calling for a national vaccination and screening program. We are aware there is one currently, the pipeline for vaccination, but we know that it's for a targeted population. We are only calling on government to make it an expanded program. hopefully by the end of this year, we would see the program come to fruition.
From UCC, Abigail Lisel and Chroma reports for Joy News.
In a shocking expose at the Government Accountability Series, Defense Minister Dr. Mane Boama unveiled a mystery shrouding the Ghana Armed Forces' arsenal. Thousands of arms irregularly transferred from the Ghana Armed Forces to national security cannot be accounted for. Speaking or it's sparking urgent calls for clarity. Dr. Mane Boama revealed that the Ghana Armed Forces has formally petitioned the National Security Secretariat to probe this breach of military protocol. With a pointed reference to past governance, Dr. Mane Boama pledged that the John Mahama-led administration will not allow such lapses in military logistics to go unaccounted for. Let's tell you more.
But the reality is that to date, those ammunitions have not been accounted for. How the Ghana Armed Forces could transfer ammunitions to national security that doesn't have a fighting force in 2024 is a question that will definitely have to be answered. The Ghana Armed Forces has passed it on to the National Security Secretariat for the National Security Secretariat to investigate it, since they were the recipients of the ammunitions. But what we are doing is, under our watchful eyes, any such incidents will not be dealt with like the way it was handled in the past. So whilst we have encircled this and handed it over to national security for national security to handle, whatever will fall within our domain from January onwards, trust that we will deal with it the way the military knows best.
Dr. Mane Boama also disclosed details on recruitment into the armed forces. He said the most recent recruitment drive took place in October 2021. However, findings from an internal audit reveal a striking discrepancy. 2,872 potential army recruits who completed the entire selection process were not trained under the previous administration.
It is important to report at this stage that the last recruitment exercise for soldiers, non-officers, so the soldiers go to the army recruit training schools and the various training schools, the officers will go to the Ghana Military Academy. So I'm done with the officer career. I'm now moving to the soldiers. It is important to report, let me repeat, at this stage, that the last recruitment exercise for soldiers, non-officers, was conducted in October 2021. However, the audit has revealed that 2,872 Army potential recruits who successfully completed all required processes, including documentation, medical examinations, and vetting, are yet to undergo training. Meanwhile, my visit to the Army Recruits Training School just last week disclosed the fact that the Army Recruit Training School has not been training recruits over the past 17 months.
Now, the Ghana Air Force will soon commence construction of an Air Force base in the Savannah region to provide air support in combating security threats and facilitating logistics in safeguarding the Bui Hydro Dam, among others. Following an inspection of the project site at Jogboy, near Bamboy, the Tactical Air Command at Bui called for community cooperation to expedite the completion of the air base, with the prospect of also stimulating economic activity in the central belt of the country. Precious Semevo has more.
Managers of the Bui Power Authority, BPA, briefed the visiting Ghana Air Force Commander, Air Vice Marshal Patrick Ajin Frimpong, and his team on the generation of power after a tour of the hydro dam and the solar farm. The commander, who earlier was at the Tactical Air Command at Bui, also inspected the site for an Air Force base at Jogboy near Bamboy in the Savannah region, with construction expected to start in about 3 months to, among others, aid the protection of the Bui Dam. Commander of the Tactical Air Command, Air Commodore Kwabena Kisiedu Manukwe Atiemu, explains the idea.
We Power Authority also in seeking to protect the dam are also very happy assisting us so that we can have an airfield that both facilitates security but also will facilitate logistics. We are hoping to kickstart the actual work on this ground in about 3 months. And then by 2 years from there, we are hoping to have a functional airfield, even though it will not be a permanent runway. Aircraft can come here and land and so on and so forth, and we can position our units here to operate. And then from there, we will begin to build slowly a fully fledged airbase.
He employed the communities to support the project due to its economic benefits.
We are very close to Bamboy. We are very close to Joe Boy, and as we work here, we will affect their lives, and so we are very conscious of that, and we only call for the chiefs and the people and the other members of the local community, the assembly, to support us, because much as there will be inconvenience as we develop, in the long run, this is good. It is good for the local economy. It is good for Ghana.
Samuel Nimakobuatin, acting deputy CEO of BPA, expressed confidence that constructing the Air Force base would help halt the Galamsey activities near the Buidam River.
These facilities, they are national assets. Security is very, very important here to maintain the assets so that any encroachers are warded off from attacking the facilities. And then we hope that we collaborate with them here to address the issue of Galamsey so that it doesn't stymie the smooth operation of the station.
Precious Semevo, Joy News, Bui.
It was a mix of tears and triumph after a tense showdown as the Asantua Girls Senior High School staged a dramatic final round comeback to edge out Joabin Senior High School in the Ashanti Regional Qualifiers of the 2025 National Science and Maths Quiz. The emotional win ends their brief absence from the national stage. Collins Frimpong has more.
What a wonderful comeback from the girls. Asantua Girls have secured a national championship spot. Last year they missed out. This time around they will be there. And they did it in a marvelous manner. A wonderful comeback for that matter. First round, second round they were trailing. Then the last radio they took advantage of it and they won. And they have qualified with 40 points that you'll be seeing them in the national championship in October in Accra as well as the zonal championship.
We can't say anything, but we say it's been God. We don't know what we did, but God did.
Right. How about you?
Yeah, the same thing. It was all the work of God. Everything that came, it was God that made it come.
Today's contest was amazing. At the end of round 2, we didn't have any hope, but by God's grace, we made it.
And we are coming prepared, that's what I can say. And my girls are so good. This year is different. You kept on, when you were asking them, you kept on saying last year, last 2 years. That's why it's the past. Let's focus on the present. And it's going to be massive. Just look out for Asantua, that's all.
But history, you can never leave out history.
We can't leave out history, but we don't repeat history this year. And we are not repeating it. So just look out for us, that's all.
The Ashanti Regional Qualifiers began today, as we expect 88 schools to compete in the regional qualifiers, and also 22 contests across 6 days, and zonal championship taking place on Monday and Tuesday. That will be 2 days. The Ashanti Region qualifiers began with Kumasi Academy in the mess when they won their contest to secure a national championship spot as well as zonal championship.
Kumaka is coming, and we are here to claim the national and the regional champion. We don't fear any school.
The trophy is ours.
We don't fear Opokuware and OPC. They should wait. We are coming. Zero pressure. Thank you.
Even though we have qualified, but this is the message to all schools. They should watch out because you pound on them like a leopard.
The second contest of the day also took place, with Insutaman SHS and Ejusuman SHS all securing a place in the national championships. Ejusuman SHS came stronger in that particular contest, gaining 46 points.
The only difference that made is that we came in the name of God. So the name of the Lord brought victory to us. That's the difference.
Expect more from us.
Like how?
Expect more from us. I will give to show us you're doing the school year. So expect more. We'll do more for you.
So are you saying that you are going to win the national championship?
If it's a must, we will. And I know God wants us to be, so we will.
The national championship last year, if you watch our contest, we almost qualified for the 1A stage, but we had a small challenge with the problem of the day. That was what Archbishop Potters used to beat us. So we are going to work seriously on our problem of the day, and we are hoping that we will reach the quarterfinals this year.
My name is Collins Frimpong, reporting for Joy News, Kumasi.
Well, congratulations to the girls. And that takes us into our business update now with Samuel Kujubrace.
Let's do the business update now, but we need to start from what's happening in the currency market. Well, Ghana's cocoa exports have dropped sharply, with volumes falling by over 50% in 2024 compared to the previous year. That's according to the 2024 Auditor General's report, which also revealed that despite the decline, total earnings from cocoa rose by more than 37% due to higher global prices. Winston Taki has more in this report.
Ghana recorded a steep drop in cocoa bean exports in 2024, even though total earnings from cocoa rose significantly. The data shows that Ghana exported 248 tons of cocoa beans in 2024, down from 533,057 tons in 2023, a drop of over 50%. Exports of processed cocoa products like butter, paste, and powder also declined, falling from 240,897 tons in 2023 to 192,429 tons in 2024. Yet, total cocoa export receipts jumped by 37.5% from $1.26 billion in 2023 to $1.73 billion in 2024. This increase was largely driven by higher global prices and steady performance in value-added cocoa products. A major concern flagged in the report was the sharp decline in inflows from syndicated cocoa loans, which are key to financing Ghana's cocoa sector. In 2024, syndicated loan proceeds dropped from $681 million to just $50 million, a decline of more than 92%.
Well, away from that, the government has reaffirmed its commitment to allocate 25% of the District Assembly's Common Fund towards the design and construction of 24-hour economy model market across the country. This initiative, aimed at boosting local-level commercial activity, is expected to expand trading opportunities for small businesses, increase productivity, and drive inclusive economic growth. Speaking at the opening session of the Evidence to Action Conference and Exhibition, the Minister for Local Government, Sanitation and Religious Affairs, Ahmed Ibrahim, highlighted the importance of using evidence-based research in policy making to ensure that such projects are effectively targeted and deliver meaningful impact.
Clearly, Evidence to Action Conference is being held for about 3 days. And I took the opportunity, being the keynote speaker, to speak on some of the government interventions. The government of the President of the Republic is doing a reset agenda where he has directed from cabinet that we must send 80% of DACF to all metropolitan municipal and district assemblies. Based on that, the monies they used to get in a year, they are getting it in the quarter. And there are clear guidelines where we are going to champion the 24-hour economy market. Every ministry is taking part of it, but we are implementing it at the sub-district level. So because of that, we have chosen 24-hour economy market, where 25% of the 80% being given to them is going to be used on that. And you have to build a market that can operate 24/7. So when we come to a university like this, we can cite one here. It will have a pharmacy, it will have a police station, fire station, a banking hall, all the facilities will be there where it can operate 24/7. And that's what we call the 24-hour economy market.
Let's wrap up the business update with what's happening on the commodities market.